The new highly anticipated high-class Pokemon card set that comes out on Friday, Shiny Treasure EX, has had a bunch of reveals in the past few days, and some of the cards that aren't even released yet are selling for multiple hundreds of dollars. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr. Applesauce 2. My name's Will. It's another beautiful day here in Texas. I hope you guys know that I love you, God loves you, that there is an awesome plan for your life. That's right, Shiny Treasure EX is the newest high-class set, and it releases Friday, which is tomorrow in Japan. Now, we did have some reveals a few days ago. People started getting their hands on boxes in Japan and China, revealing some of this stuff, and we got a bunch of reveals of some of the cards that are going to be pretty cool and sought after. If you want to see some of the reveals, I did that video yesterday, but already, as of last night, some of these cards are going up for sale on eBay for pre-order listings or pre-sale listings and being listed for $200, $300, $400. It's absolutely insane. Stop buying these cards. You would think people wouldn't be buying them, but you would be surprised. Now is not the time to buy singles for this set that's not even released yet. 1 or 2 weeks after the set is released is not even the time to buy singles for this set. So absolutely crazy. Before we go look, I want to know from you guys, which one of the cards from Shiny Treasure EX do you want the most? Drop me a comment down below and let me know. So let's take a look at some of these eBay listings. So first off, we have the really beautiful, honestly, the Mew SAR from Shiny Treasure EX. Now, this is probably the most playable and the most competitively viable card that is in the set outside of Iono. And you can see right here, there's already pre-order listings. Again, we've got to reiterate, these are pre-order listings. People do not have these in hand, and they're able to subvert all this on eBay because of some loopholes and stuff like that. But you see multiple of them for $300, guys. $300 for this Mew SAR is wild. Now, we're not exactly sure what the pulls are going to look like. From the few boxes that we've seen, it looks like you may only get a few shinies in a box, but we don't really know. There's not enough data to know if this is worth 300 bucks. Next up is the Charizard. So this is the Charizard SAR, Shiny Charizard. That is this, it's the same functionality as the Charizard that was in Obsidian Flames. And you see right here, $336 or best offer, $300. So right around $300, $350 or best offer. Some crazy person has it for $660. Buy it now. But here's what's kind of alarming. If you look at the top listing, $182.50 with 10 bids. People have already actively bid that card up to $182. This card is unreleased. This card is not in somebody's hand. So you kind of got to wonder, are people paying these prices, or are people just speculating and trying to set the markets, where there's a lot of danger of buying cards before they're released or buying cards as soon as they're released? There's not enough data, not enough people have actually purchased the card to set a true market value. You got to give it some time. That's why we shouldn't be buying these cards right now. We see $182 bid up already, people asking $300 or so for the Shiny Charizard. Next up is one that I personally think will probably be is in the top running for the top 2 most popular cards from the set. I believe it's either going to be Mew or Iono. We got this new Iono. Functionally, it's the same exact Iono that we've seen in the past, just a new artwork that, honest to goodness, I think looks really good. We got $400, $340, $399, $330. So right around that much. We got somebody who's got it listed for $980, which is bonkers. $300-ish, $350-ish for this Iono. It is definitely a little out there. It's a beautiful card, but it is a little out there in price. Alrighty, and lastly, let's look at the Gardevoir. I want to look at the ones that are, in my opinion, what I think are going to be the 4 most popular cards from the set. So we've got the Gardevoir SAR, the Shiny Gardevoir. Beautiful card. $250 listed, $200 listed, $298 listed, $249 listed. Just astronomical crazy prices. And again, I'm going to reiterate, guys, this is something that most people that have been collecting Pokemon cards for a while know and understand this, right? Most people know this, but there are always new people coming into the hobby. There's always new collectors coming in. People that don't understand, that maybe just really, really want the card and they think I'll never be able to pull it. This is the ceiling, in my opinion. These crazy prices are only going to go down. So buying cards before the set's released is definitely a no-no, but buying cards within the first couple weeks or so when prices are really, really crazy is also really not the best, you know, financial thing to do. Now, I always say, if you have the money, once the set's out, and somebody has card in hand, and you just want the card and you have the money to do it, and you're like, I don't have the time to waste, I just want to buy it and have it, hey, more power to you. If it makes you happy, that's awesome. Go for it and have a great time. But for the majority of people who really want to make their money stretch and get the most bang for their buck, you want to be patient, you want to wait. Now, you might look at these and say, okay, well, that's just listings. Nobody's paying those prices. Let's go look at some sold listings because you might be surprised. All right, so we have sold listings for the Mew SAR. There's not a ton, but you got somebody who paid $300 for the Mew SAR on a pre-order listing from Japan. $300 for that card is wild. It's a wild price. And then you look at the sold listings for the Charizard. $329 and $249. Still pretty steep. A pretty darn high price point for a card that's not even released yet, not even in hand. You got to be careful, especially when these cards aren't in hand, So we'll look at the Iono. Somebody's paid $340, $334. And then and on that Charizard, somebody had already bid a Charizard up to $182. $340, $334 for the Iono. So like seems like people are paying these. Like it's wild. And then if we look at the Gardevoir, we've got a sold listing for $230. Somebody paid for that Gardevoir. You got to be careful with this. This is not the time to be buying the hit cards. The set isn't fully released. We don't fully know how the pull rates are going to be as far as the SARs. Like I said, we have a little bit of information that it looks like the pull rates might not be that great, might be relatively low per box, 2 to 3 shinies per box, which is about where Shiny Star V was, right? That's about where Shiny Star V was, not too far off the mark from that. We don't want to be buying cards for these crazy prices before the market has had a chance for lots and lots and lots of people to buy the cards and get a nice market value. So be patient. Now's not the time to be buying these cards. We'll check again here in a couple weeks, and then after a couple months, we should have a really nice value, but just be patient. I'm interested to see where these are going to go. Guys, let me know down in the comments below what you think about Shiny Treasures EX. This is going to be the majority of what our next English set is going to be, Paldean Fates. So there's a lot to look at and kind of interesting to see how Paldean Fates is going to go. But don't buy these cards right now, especially since people don't have them in hand. Let me know down in the comments below which one you want the most from this set. If you enjoyed this one, you're probably going to love that one too. And like I always say, my friends, find somebody to love and serve today. Be the change you want to see in the world. See you next time.